The other day I saw an advertisement for an app called Remini or Remini, however you call it. It's an AI based app that kind of recreates your old blurry photos. I have it on my phone here, so let's take a look. I'll load up one of my old selfies that I took back like 6 years ago. It was in a party bus and we were moving pretty fast and we were dancing. So it has a lot of motion blur. Let's see if Remini can fix it. I don't know what kind of blur they are talking about. Is it motion blur or focus blur? But let's see. Um, the new one doesn't really seem that much different than the older one. It does have lesser noise, but it's not drastically recreating it. So I guess they were talking about like Gaussian blur or like the actual focus blur. So let's do one thing. Let's take a handsome guy like Ludacris and let's blur his face using Gaussian blur. This kind of emulates how a camera would be out of focus. And wow, like that is actually really good. Like it's recreating his facial features pretty well. Although I noticed it's only recreating his face, it's not bringing back the details from his neck or his shirt, which was in focus. So that's weird. I guess it's only targeting human faces. And maybe that's why the older selfie we used didn't work, because it was too blurry, because the camera itself was moving. So I guess that's why they couldn't identify my human face. And I guess that's the same reason why this surprise Pikachu is not working, because it's not a human face. Sorry, Pikachu fans. I am noticing that there's a V2 and V3 up here, which requires a pro version upgrade. You know what? Let's do it. Let's subscribe for a week. It has 1 week of free trial, so it's worth considering. So I'm gonna subscribe to that 1 week trial and see if it can build something better for our surprised Pikachu. V2 and V3 seem the same because there is no human face. You know what? Let's go back to our blurry selfie and see if it can do anything about that. No major difference with V2 or V3. So our theory is correct. It needs to have a human recognizable face. So let's take a family photo and try to recreate it. And damn, that's a big difference. That is a crazy big difference. I mean, look at this. The difference is huge. It's recreating the details in the eyes, in the face. It is working surprisingly well. Although I'm noticing there is no big difference between the base free version and the V2 or the V3. It's even recreating my grandfather's spectacles, which is pretty amazing. Like it's a little wonky, but it's great for the most part. So I mean, you can even save this directly to the gallery. So wow, that's a memory recreated right there. It's pretty cool. But yeah, from this experience, I can tell that the V2 and V3 aren't really worth it, because as we saw, they aren't really doing anything drastically different. You can just use the base version for free. Although you have to watch an advertisement every time you load up a picture and you try to enhance it. You have to watch one ad full in its entirety, which is like 30 seconds. I guess that's okay, because the base version does a really good job. So you can use this app once in a while to, restore some of your old photos. So yeah, Remini is pretty good. Download for free and let me know how it works.